This is not what I want. Like this, I know that I'm destined for bigger things and greater things. I was just a zombie. I remember I was so miserable. Sometimes I would come home and just cry myself to sleep literally. Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Katerina Sakoshik, and let's all take a deep breath in and out. A lot of people have been noticing that, well, they've been telling me, Kat, you look so much happier and you seem so much more fulfilled.
Well, you just seem like you're in a better place now.
Like you look different, you look happy. And I want to share the backstory behind that because it wasn't always like this. And I want to tell you how I got from point A to point Z, from a point where I was really unhappy, really miserable in a situation, to the point I am now. And I want to tell you how that happened, right? How that shifted. So, I mean, I have a lot of stories to share, but I'm going to speak about one in particular, one that's quite recent, right? Last year, 2019, I was invited to exhibit at this huge art fair, at the Turban Art Fair in Johannesburg, and I was personally invited, and I was really excited, and it was great because I felt like my career was building momentum. I felt like I was exhibiting. I had already, you know, sold to private collectors, and I just felt like my career as an artist was picking up. However, I had planned to move to South Korea to be an English teacher. I had a TEFL certificate, right, which I had gotten during my studies at art school. I got it on the side. I actually got that TEFL certificate out of fear, I think, of that things wouldn't work out. But anyway, so I was exhibiting and I was doing well. This was last year, and then I decided, okay, I'm gonna go to South Korea in case this doesn't work out, even though it was working out, right, which makes no sense. But I was like, oh, well, money's really good, and I'm really excited because, you know, this means that I'll have a real job, and I'll be seen differently because you know, maybe people will respect me better because now I have a real job, and, you know, I'm living overseas and I'm living that life, right, living that high life, and I'm so cool, right? So I went to Seoul and to be an English teacher, and the culture shock, I've spoken about this in a video before, but the culture shock was a lot to handle, and the country was, I mean, it was a completely different continent, and everything was alien to me, of course, so that was already a huge shift for me. But as time went on, I realized every day more and more how much this just wasn't me. First of all, the hours were extremely long. It was such long work hours. I was just exhausted every single day. The teaching itself wasn't really draining. The teaching itself was fine, and I loved the kids, but the actual structure of the work environment and just how I was treated, and
the work hours just
were just too much. But you know what? I thought I need to push through. This is completely normal. I need to just keep going, even though this doesn't feel really like it resonates with me. You know, the money is really good, and I'm just gonna, you know, go for it, and I'm gonna just keep working hard and giving it my all. But as the days went on, I was just a zombie. I remember I was so miserable. Sometimes I would come home and just cry myself to sleep literally. And on top of it all, my boss would tell me things like, oh, well, the student says they're dropping out, and I think it's because of you. You didn't make them speak English enough in class. Or just one of my other co-workers, like, buying coffee for everyone except me, like, for no reason. I have no idea why. But those were little things, and they were kind of building up, right? And I just was getting more and more unhappy and just so miserable. I just felt overworked. I barely had time. So on the weekends, you know, some people saw my Instagram and they thought, wow, like, she's living this amazing life, she's posting. But that was, you know, some weekends when I had the energy to actually get out of my flat and to go somewhere. You know, that was rare. Usually I was so finished, so tired on the weekends that all I had the energy to do really was to just laze about and lie around. I really didn't really have energy to do anything else. Most of the time I was like at home. If I did travel around, it was when I had a little ounce of energy. I feel like I think on Sundays is when I started feeling normal again. But anyway, I got to a point where I got to a breaking point where one day my boss, she sent me this long message saying that I really need to change my attitude and how I've been teaching, because I'm ridiculous and I'm not following the structure of how they want me to teach, and that she's very disappointed in me. And that was just a breaking point, because I felt like it was really a almost defamation of character, saying that I was doing something I wasn't doing, or that I wasn't you know, that I wasn't trying, and when I really was trying. And I think those things were all building up, but that was kind of the breaking point. And I remember I quit. I literally tried to quit my job, and they convinced me not to. And then my mom also convinced me not to. She said, you can't do this to the kids, and she made me feel really bad. And I thought, you know what, I need to just follow through and kind of finish this year, do it for the kids. But at the back of my mind, I was like, you know what, this is also my life. But so I was toying with these things in my head, right? And anyway, so they begged me to stay. They made me like another offer, and they said, you know, if you do this, you know, we'll try and minimize it, reduce your classes. And they were just trying to make me stay. What I wanted the whole time I was so unhappy in this job, all I could think about was freedom, and all I wanted was to escape and to just live. I just wanted to be my own boss, essentially, and I wanted to use my creative skills, because I didn't feel like I had the space to truly be creative. Sometimes I would use my creativity in classes, and that made me feel good, but I felt like I wasn't living up to my potential. And I knew that in the English teaching world in Asia, you can't really further your career. There's only a certain point you'll reach, and then you kind of remain stuck in that cycle, because the money's good, it's comfortable, you know. And that was what I was thinking about the whole time. I really wanted something else. I wanted my own space. I wanted a space to be creative and to make things, and I had so many ideas constantly while I was lugging away, working, planning lessons and teaching. All I could think about was freedom, you know. I kind of had this breakdown, and I admitted everything to my boss, and I said I'm leaving, and they really didn't want me to go, but coronavirus happened, so then I had more so of a reason to go. And so I came back to South Africa, and that kind of, you know, that was kind of the point where I was like, right, I need to make something of myself. This is what I wanted. I wanted the freedom. I moved back home, and that wasn't ideal either, because I still felt like I want to have my own space. I want my independence again. I want to feel free, you know. So I stayed for a few months at home, and this was obviously due to lockdown and corona, and the whole lockdown thing really made me shift my my mindset. And I realized that you can have as much savings as you want, but then if you don't have something that that you can make work regardless of economical and, you know, worldly situations like this, then it won't hold you in good stead, right? So now I'm at a place where, so I made a decision to move out, and I made a decision for myself to, I really felt, you know, like I need to push myself, and I was excited to move, and I moved to Cape Town. This was because I knew Cape Town was a place that I felt happy and creative, because this is where I studied. This is where I studied my passion, fine arts, at the Michaela School of Fine Art. I knew this was a happy place for me, so I said to myself, okay, I'm gonna move to Cape Town, I'm gonna find a place. And now I'm at a place where I just feel so fulfilled and so happy, and that was because I made a decision to choose myself, and I followed my instincts. I followed my creative nature. I started living according to my values, and I have a life coach too, and she's been guiding me along this whole process, you know, living according to your values and your authenticity and what's actually important to you. And she helped me come to this point where I am now, where I'm living according to my value of freedom. So I feel like I feel free, freedom. I'm my own boss. I am constantly creative. I'm always creating things. I feel like I'm growing as a person because I'm constantly learning, constantly educating myself, building a business, right? And that's really exciting. So new projects coming up, and I'm at a place now where I feel like I have the choice. Obviously, I don't regret career and having gone through that, because now I'm in a place financially, you know, the money was good, but now I'm in a place financially where I have the choice. But the point of the story is that when you're going against who you are, you're going to be unhappy, and your body is going to react and let you know that that's not right for you. Whereas when you're living according to your values, you know, mine are freedom, creativity, growth, learning, you know, those. And when you're living according to that and who you really are, things are going to really, you're just going to feel so good. And that's why I've come to this point now where I feel utterly, like, I feel so free. People are coming to me for help, and I feel like I found my purpose, right? And it's the most exciting feeling I could ever describe. I can't even describe how exciting and amazing this feels. And that's because I followed my gut, and the whole time I was in Korea, I was thinking I need to make a change, you know. This is not what I want. Like, this, I know that I'm destined for bigger things and greater things. So yeah, so that's my story, that's my career, you know, how I went from being unhappy and stuck in a job that I hated, even though the money was good, to this point now where I have the freedom to be creative, to work hard, but on the things that I'm actually passionate about, and to learn and to keep growing as a person. And yeah, so I'm just really excited, and I can't wait to share my adventures with you. If you're in a similar situation, then I've dropped a link down below. You can book a call with me, and we can kind of talk about where you're at and what your creative goals are. And I want to help you get out of that situation you're in, to help you really feel creatively fulfilled. So I really hope you enjoyed this video, and if you related in any way, comment down below, let me know what you thought. Click the notification bell so you know next time I post. Please subscribe for more, and I will see you all in the next video, guys. Bye.